And we're coming to you live for the Build Forward Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network. And wherever you are in the free Odyssey app. Good Tuesday morning. The New York Yankees play another baseball game tonight. It is at Yankee Stadium. Their backs are against the wall again, just like they were in the Boston Red Sox series. So what will happen? Will we come in here tomorrow talking about another offseason, or will they continue and try to come back to move on to the ALCS? Carlos Rodón on the mound, and the offense has to perform. Okay, you had a pretty good Monday Night Football game last night, and the Kansas City Chiefs lose again, and the Jacksonville Jaguars win again. A crazy ending to this game. A great throw from Lawrence to Brian Thomas, a big pass interference in the end zone, and crazy Trevor Lawrence falls down, tries to get up, falls down again, and still runs it into the end zone to win the game with 26 seconds to go. So we got football, we got baseball, we got fun, we got Blaze and Louie here in front of me as we're back in the studio. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, G. I'm doing well. And listen, all I can tell you is that game last night when Trevor Lawrence falls down at the end of the game and scores the winning touchdown, there is nothing worse as a quarterback that when you're getting a snap from the center, one of your guards steps on your feet.
Yeah.
Because he's getting pushed back into you. He falls down, and it's like one of these dreams where you fall down and you feel like you can't get up. And he almost did not get up. He almost, he fell down a second time as he was trying to get up initially, broke 3 tackles, and somehow got in the end zone. If you watch Chris Jones on this particular play, just standing there watching it for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he's their all-pro defensive lineman. I have no idea what he was doing. And if you watch the highlight here, you'll see he's just standing there.
Yeah. And then how about who's number 90? Is it Charles Amenahu, I believe. And as I just made sure I got that right and looked it up, he got absolutely. So, right, if he had any sort of effort or won a battle there, he would have gotten Trevor Lawrence. He got pancaked right to the ground, and that really opened up everything for him to score the touchdown.
So maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars are for real. They got a return touchdown, interception return touchdown, which is what they've been banking on the last 5 games. They lead the league in takeaways, and that was a huge takeaway, and to turn it into touchdown points. Amazing. And Trevor Lawrence seems maybe he's starting to figure it out, and all of a sudden the AFC South is one of the better divisions when we all thought at the beginning of the seasons it would have been one of the weaker divisions.
Yeah, and to have Liam Cohen, who we all laughed at, I certainly did with his opening press conference, now have a 4-1 football team and beat the Kansas City Chiefs on national TV. To have Daniel Jones, who we sat here and watched him for years, and bad offense and excuses and injuries, and he's playing just about as good as anybody in the NFL. And we've got 2 teams here that are 1-9. One of them, the only winless team in the NFL, and the only team in the NFL without a turnover in the New York Jets. So, yeah, I mean, you see some of these teams, and now they can turn it around, and they've got some energy, they've got some fight, they've got a new feeling around the organization, and we have the same old feeling around here.
Well, unfortunately, we do. But tonight, Eddie could also be celebrating YE Day.
Yes, tomorrow he could.
We'll see whether or not that's going to happen with Carlos Rodón on the mound for the Yankees. And then, of course, the New York Rangers start their centennial season, their 100th season with a new coach, a new, hopefully, focus. A couple new players have made the roster. They signed a couple free agents that are going to be important parts to hopefully what is going to be a successful season. But, it's interesting. I was texting with a couple buddies last night, one of these group texts you're on, and we as New York sports fans, we know, when our teams are going to be good. We have a feeling that when the wins of championships are behind the team, that we could buy in and we can be totally comfortable going into a season with realistic expectations of a championship.
This is a tough year to say that with what happened with the New York Mets, when the whole fan base bought in and showed up more than they ever did in the history of the organization, and then they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I know that. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
But you said you'd feel, and you
No. I didn't say I feel right now. I said that we as sports fans understand the wins of championship when they're at the backs of our teams, and there are legitimate expectations of a championship. Now, the Yankees have had that, it seems like, their entire career. The Giants don't have it. The Jets don't have it. The Mets, I think, had it at the beginning of the season, and then the last 3 months was like a slow burn.
Mm-hmm.
And as the year went on, those wins just ended up dying. There was no wind whatsoever at their backs to get them to a championship level, like the Dodgers have it. I mean, you watch the Dodgers play, you're like, man, that's a championship team.
Well,
that team has got everything.
They won
that
it last year.
Yeah. I mean, they got clutch hitters, they got clutch pitchers. Even when a pitcher comes in and doesn't do a great job, like Blake Trinan last night, who was one of their heroes last year, they take him out of the game. They bring another guy in and strike out. Boom, done. So they have so many different players that know how to win baseball games. It's ridiculous. So all I can say about our local hockey teams here, I'm not so sure that any of us feel the championship wins at our backs at the moment. There are a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you feel like the Knicks have the championship wins at their back?
See, this is the thing. This is how I separate it. I said, however, I think there's a team that plays in Brooklyn. I'm not sure who they are or what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I do know that the Knicks have championship expectations. So they do have those championship wins at their back, their fan base. They're just absolutely insane, intense, crazy fan base is expecting that this is going to be the year. They got the new coach. They got the new the supplemental parts that you need. Everybody feels like they needed some quality guys coming off the bench. Everybody felt like, maybe the starting five played too much. You got the zestiness of Karl Anthony Towns and everything that he's doing. But really, I mean, you think about, they're the only team right now that I believe, as we sit here, because the Yankees are on the brink of elimination, that do have those championship wins and expectations behind them.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue that at all. Let's hope that the Centennial season goes better for the Rangers than it did for the Giants.
Holy God, yes.
That was as bad as it gets.
The Rangers have got a couple new players, like 4 or 5 new players, and the coaching staff is going to be different. I hope that they don't keep giving up 3-goal leads in the third period. I'm not going to be able to handle that again. But hopefully this will be a different type of team and a different feel to it. And it all starts tonight. And why they're doing 8 o'clock, I don't know why the NHL does this. It's obviously TV contracts. But, they got an 8 o'clock opening night tonight, which is, to me, is asinine. But,
well, I mean, if you've got 2 East Coast teams, it's the dumbest thing in the world, right? I mean, when that's going on.
They used to, listen, they're playing Florida's opening tonight at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
They're trying to do what, obviously all these other leagues do. So we'll give you a 5, an 8, and a 10:30. Because they got the West Coast, the Kings are opening tonight as well. There's 3 games on the opening slate. And the Islanders don't open until, I believe, Thursday at Pittsburgh.
Okay. So there you go. PPG Paints Arena. The New York Islanders will open up their season out there.
All right, so the real question, though, honestly, when it comes down to it, is what happens with the Yankees? That's the thing. And one other thing that came to me via another text thread in regards to Yankee fans, he didn't want attrition, but I will tell him, or I will say
attribution?
Not attrition. Attribution. Didn't want attribution. What he wanted was all the Yankees who have beards to shave their beards.
Oh, come on.
And become real Yankees.
Come on.
Hey, this is not me. This is a Yankee fan.
It's not happening.
This is not real. They're not real Yankees if they have facial hair. That's his idea.
That's where we're at with this team now on the brink of elimination. It's the beards that have been holding them back in this series.
That's one Yankee fan in my life that brought that up.
Listen, I think that they win tonight. I believe that they win tonight. And then the thing I'm a little worried about, though, because we said get it to Schlittler, get it to Schlitty, and see what happens. I'm a little concerned about how much he was popping off after that win over the Red Sox, because that would just be sports. The sports gods coming back to get him. You shouldn't have celebrated so much. Wild cards. Like, that would be the one thing I'm worried about. But I think Rodón pitches well tonight, and I understand why Yankee fans are rolling their eyes at that. But I think he pitches well tonight, and I think the offense actually puts together a real legitimate night and scores some runs. It won't be, it's never going to be comfortable. It doesn't feel like any of the wins for the Yankees were even comfortable in the Red Sox series, but they will get this to a game 4. Where we go from there, I'm not so sure. Got to see how this one pans out. But I can't see them getting swept and embarrassed with this Game 3 at home. That's one thing I cannot envision. And if it does happen, then there's got to be some serious conversations about what this team actually is and why they were so far behind the Toronto Blue Jays this year.
Before we get to Schlittler and whether or not he's going to schlit the bed, we should worry more about, just one pitch, one inning, and get through tonight. That's the most important thing. And you know that, and I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, anything else to even discuss other than tonight's game is, I think, the wrong way to go about it. And this is why baseball is beautiful. It is always about your next day's pitcher.
And it's about Carlos Rodón. So, I mean, where is that confidence level with the Yankee fan and Rodón at this point? Guy had a really, really good regular season. In the postseason against the Red Sox, he was pitching okay, and then all of a sudden completely lost it. He's got more of a history in big games like this in a Yankee uniform, not performing than performing. So, I mean, I think that the Yankee fans going to be fired up. They're going to be into it when they're there. I don't think they're going to be melancholy or morose when they walk into the building. But this guy's got to come out, and he's got to give you a really solid, good first couple innings to settle in and give the Yankee fan the confidence that he's going to come through in this big spot.
It would be really like get the first 15 outs, as John Smoltz says, without stress.
Yeah, stress-free outs.
It's always about stress-free outs. You got to get those stress-free outs to get to the next inning. And 15 of those would be 5 innings, if you didn't know.
Okay, yes, that's the way that it works with the math. Yes, certainly. But, yeah, that would be, I think, setting the tone with Rodón early on in this game just changes everything because, he ends up giving up a home run. It's 2-0 Blue Jays in the first inning, and you're like, oh, my God, this offense again with the Blue Jays. They're going to put up another 10 spot. It's just you just need to feel like you're in control for the first time in this series, and hopefully that continues to avalanche in a good way for the Yankees. But I really don't believe that they're going to go down with a whimper. It would be very, very disappointing if that were the case. I don't know if they'll win the series.
Come on, this team has had its back up against the wall the entire season.
Yeah, but they got their asses kicked for 2 games, though, man. That's the reason why.
There's no question about it. But the good news is that you got Shane Bieber on the mound for Toronto, and that means your lefties in your lineup should be more productive. How's that?
Yeah, let's hope. But, I mean, it's also...
What about the other... we always worry about,
Judge and Stanton?
You worry about those guys, and we worry about, obviously, Carlos Rodón. But what about them worrying about Shane Bieber and coming into this, into this environment tonight?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we don't really talk from a Blue Jays perspective, so that's why I... didn't talk about that. We're talking about the Yankee fan and what they're feeling about Rodón. I have no idea what the Toronto Blue Jay fan is thinking about Shane Bieber. But I'll tell you this much, that the Yankee offense better wake up and do something because another postseason where they underperform offensively is just going to drive everybody up a wall. You cannot have a 1 or 2 run or get shut out tonight and then come back with, a similar team next year and just go about the same thing again. I mean, it's just... when you get swept, no matter how far you make it in the postseason, if you get swept and embarrassed, it doesn't feel like you did anything because that team that just beat you was that much better than you were. Like a couple years ago with the Astros and the Yankees. I mean, they got swept by the Astros in the ALCS, and they never had a chance. And you can't be saying, well, we made it to the ALCS. Did you really? Because you didn't even win a game and you got your ass kicked. I know,
but do we always have to go back to that? I mean, why can't we look forward?
You just told me I couldn't look forward before with the Schlittler thing, and then I'd make a reference back, and I can't go backwards either.
Wait a minute, time out.
And then I talked about Rodón, and you said, what does the Blue Jay fan think about Shane Bieber?
Look forward to tonight. That's the key.
This is one of those days I can't win. I can already tell. 6-14 is one of those days.
And by the way, here you go. Since it's so hard to talk about the Yankees these days, I got the message last night. They should all shave their facial hair in solidarity as their version of the rally cap and getting back to Yankee traditions. Yankee traditions.
Yeah, well, that's stupid. We all know that.
Why is that? That's not.
That's stupid.
That's not. Again, it's not from me. It's a Yankee fan idea.
Yeah,
that came to me, and he knew that I have a microphone that I could amplify that.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
I thought maybe good idea. this would be going back to the 90s, and thinking about the greatness of those Yankee teams. And maybe, just maybe, this team does something really, really special here.
Yeah, I'm not with it. I don't like it. Not
You're
at all.
not a Yankee fan, so I don't really care.
Well, neither are
with it
you.
or not.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid.
I'm just amplifying.
A stupid idea.
It's stupid.
Well, if you say it's stupid and Jerry says it's stupid.
I think it is supremely stupid.
I mean, Jerry's all over this. I thought this was a good idea.
No.
Just trying to, could you imagine if every Yankee player came out and shaved?
No.
Especially the guys that, would want to remove their facial hair. No?
I can't imagine it at all, actually.
All right.
It's stupid.
That Jerry Recco, we're going to get in a couple minutes with his first update of the morning, just getting started on this Tuesday morning.